Welcome. You're watching the Thrift Store Rundown, where we bring Hollywood and New York home on a budget. The best of East and West. You hear those background noises? Those are just some horrible examples of why sometimes living and working in this town, Paterson, New Jersey, as much as I love this town otherwise, can often get a bit annoying. Which is why I often like to buy travel planners or visitor's guides to other places and travel my inner American traveler or globetrotter. Obviously, I can't hop on a bus to New York or hitch an 8-hour flight to LA. By the way, I don't like flying, so you won't see me on any airplane anytime soon. I'd much rather take an Amtrak train. But regardless, I can't do that either because either place, either way, when I come back home, I would have to quarantine for 14 days. There is no way I am missing out on 2 weeks worth of bargains because I want to channel my inner globetrotter. Not in this time, not in this pandemic, no. For you residents of East and West, however, you won't have to pretend for far longer because just as New York State is slowly but surely lifting its COVID restrictions, earlier this week, California Governor Gavin Newsom announced he will start lifting COVID restrictions statewide. Provided that you still can practice social distancing and keep wearing your mask, the thrill of experiencing East tourism hotspots, which I'm about to show you, even though you claim them as your own if you're a resident of LA and New York, can be yours. And for those daring enough to hitch a plane to NY or LA, or a bus, depending on how approximate you are from either place, they can be yours too. So on the left, I have the official 2018 Visitor's Guide to LA, purchased for 99 cents. Create your own LA experience, inspiring itineraries, innovative cuisine, and hideaway finds. On the right, procured for free off of their tourism website, it is their I Love New York travel planner. Find what you love in New York State. This is from the Los Angeles Tourism and Convention Board. This is from the New York Tourism Department or something like that. It comes complete with a welcome letter from Governor Andrew Cuomo. And that's what actually I'm going to start you off with first. As much as I bring Hollywood home on a budget, hello, that's the name of the game on this channel, I have a soft spot for New York. I've been to New York many times, mainly to visit my aunt who lives in the Bronx, and almost every single time we went to Coney Island, and I assure you, never was there a time where I never had a lot of fun visiting Coney Island, the crown jewel of Brooklyn. I'm going to be focusing on the eating and dining tourist attractions here and in the LA Visitor's Guide. So here, take a delicious journey. I'm in the food and drink chapter, made in NY specialties. This doesn't just highlight regional cuisine, such as buffalo wings and stuff of the nature. This also highlights regional delicacies found in several special regional restaurants throughout NY State. Saratoga chips, Thousand Island dressing, Bennington Speedies, Rochester's garbage plates, Utica, New York's chicken riggies, even though it's not featured here, the National Buffalo Wing Festival, of course the annual July 4th hot dog eating contest at Coney Island, Seneca Lake Wine Trail, and all sorts of other tasty reasons why for a foodie, New York State is a dream. By the sea, local legends, farm fresh, visiting the New York State Farmers Market, well, that's almost like tasty to happen around here. And of course, to wash it all down, craft beverages. This is a full listing of New York's food and drink favorites, their delicious claims to fame, putting themselves on a map of the National Foodie Club of America, so to speak. Their food first and claims to fame. I'm shooting this review and the other reviews of this day standing up, and it's murder on my feet right now, so maybe that's why I'm messing up a little bit more than usual when it comes to my grammar. Eat, drink, and be merry in New York State. Farm fresh, wine regions and trails. Wine regions and trails continued, brewery trails, and deliciously diverse in New York City. Restaurants, breweries, wineries, it's all listed here. As far as the entertainment goes, well, there's really no other place that shines brighter for anybody who's seeking the good nightlife than New York City, the world's greatest city, and you'll catch the excitement the minute you arrive. All 5 boroughs offer thrills from Broadway to the Brooklyn Bridge to the Bronx Zoo. Views go on forever at the One World Observatory, the tallest building in the Western Hemisphere. World-famous museums, shopping, shows, and sports dazzle visitors from around the globe. Lesser-known museums celebrating famed residents like Louis Armstrong, Alice Austin, and Theodore Roosevelt are equally intriguing. Celebrity restaurants, hey, food courts, trucks, and festivals present delicious diversity. Radio City Music Hall, the Met, Lincoln Center for the Performing Arts, Times Square, Radio City Music Hall, the works, and a full listing of eating, dining, sport, museums, and entertainment destinations in this section right here. And for those seeking the home life, you can find yourselves lost in Hudson Valley and thinking to yourself that you never want to go back. Visit iloveny.com and download the official I Love NY app to plan your New York State vacation today. As the song goes, I love New York, and so will you. Now that that's out of the way, let's bring LA home. Not just Hollywood, not just the city of the stars, the city of angels. Let's bring all of LA home on a budget, will ya? Even though this was made in 2018, about 3 years ago, we can still have a grand old time with this, huh? Now this is exactly pretty much the same as the Travel Planner of New York in terms of its format, listing the best dining, entertainment, shopping, sports, and tourism destinations, but this provides a celebrity point of view, which is always the custom around here. Like for example, celebrity chef Alvin Galen, the trailblazing restaurateur, creator of the famous Egg Slut restaurant, and pioneer of LA's Filipino food movement, picks his favorite local spots to get each Frank's ice cream and fish sauce. They are the Bellwether, 71 Above, Cassia, Irvin, Felix Trattoria, Gwen Butcher Shop and Restaurant. That's from celebrity chef Curtis Stone, along with his brother Luke. Here's Looking at You, or HLAY, Haley for short, Howlin' Ways, and Cato, just to name a few. I'm also going to be showing you promos for studio tours throughout LA and really throughout California. Universal Studios, that would be in Universal City, California. It is their VIP experience, the world-famous studio tour and theme park, which can be accessed at universalstudioshollywood.com/VIP. Spaces are limited. I'm wondering if they're still doing studio tours in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic. I think they're not. Who else is recommending some awesome tourism hotspots for those visiting LA? None other than Chris Hardwick, host of Talking Bad, founder of Nerdist Industries, and, I don't know if anybody remembers this, co-host of Wired Science on PBS. I love that show. Ubiquitous comedian and TV host and producer Chris Hardwick shares a surefire place to see stars, a spirited spot to catch classic movies, and the best way to experience the city. Entertainment hotspots. Who better? Like the Nerdist Showroom in Hollywood and the Griffith Observatory in Griffith Park. Hollywood and Highland at the Dolby Theater, as always, the location for the Academy Awards. It will not change this year, even though it's going to be in late April. But regardless, whether it's a hybrid format, such as having people attend the Dolby Theater and having a virtual audience to go along with it, whether it's going to be all remote or whatever, there will be an Odyssey to the Oscars this year at TSR. It is the highlight of every winter, and now it will be the highlight of my spring. Also, the Hollywood Forever Cemetery, the TCL Chinese Theater, Red Line Tours, Hollywood Behind the Scenes, a 75-minute walking tour taking you to the locations where movies starring A-list celebs like Julia Roberts, Sandra Bullock, and Mark Wahlberg were filmed. Madame Tussauds of Hollywood, if you ever want to see a wax figure of Jimmy Fallon, that's the place to go to. And finally, the Hollywood Museum. Oh, and the Warner Brothers Studio Tour. Home to The Big Bang Theory, The Ellen Show, and Conan. The Batman and Harry Potter film props can also be seen here. It is called Made Here, the official name for the Warner Brothers Studio Tour. And since you know me, there's another crown jewel of the Warner Brothers lot in Burbank, which is not featured in here or in its one-page flyer, which I'll show you a bit later. I bet you know what that is. It starts with a P and has 2 L's. Long live Pretty Little Liars. This is the Hollywood section. When it comes to bringing Hollywood home on a budget, it doesn't get more literal or more awesome than this. This chapter, this section, features awesome places to dine, rest, tour, shop, sport, and what have you, and be entertained overall in Hollywood. That also includes Griffith Park, Larchmont Village, Los Feliz, Silver Lake, and Universal City. This is another flyer for the Universal Studios Hollywood Tour, but this is the general flyer, not VIP. So awesome either way. If you don't fancy the Universal Tour, how about the Paramount Picture Studio Tour? The oldest and only film and TV studio still in Hollywood. An exclusive VIP tour experience, and a Paramount After Dark tour. Whichever tour you prefer, you can go to ParamountStudioTour.com and start booking it. Oh wait, I don't think you can. Curse you, coronavirus! Oh well, it's fun to pretend, and if you've actually taken any one of these tours, it would be fun to reminisce. This is the Warner Brothers Studio Tour in Hollywood. Made here. And again, you don't mention PLL Made Here? Sorry, you don't get all 5 claps. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna make an exception for this because this is just way too awesome. And the official ambassadors for the Pretty Little Liars Made Here tour, which lasted, I don't know, a little about a year or so, maybe a few months. Emerson, Sashay, Shay Mitchell, Sasha Pitiesa. One more studio tour promo, and that would be for Sony Pictures, Columbia, and TriStar. Enjoy a 2-hour walking tour through one of the most famous film studios in history. Visit sound stages where major motion picture and TV shows are produced daily. 10202 West Washington Boulevard, Culver City, California, 90232. Actually, I'm still giving this 4.5 out of 5 claps. What about the 20th Century Fox Studio Tour? What about the Walt Disney Studio Tour? Oh wait, that's Century City and that's Brenner Park, I think. Respectively. Oh well. A full list and a map of all the places featured in this little visitor's guide can be found at the end. The LA Travel Planner earns 5 claps, and the LA Visitor's Guide from 2018 earned 4.5 out of 5. So, that will be 9.5 out of 10. As the saying goes, if you can make it here or here, you can make a brand new start of it, hopefully, and make it anywhere. Just please keep wearing a mask and stay 6 feet from unnecessary stardom. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the flip side, coast to coast.